Banke, also known as Banke the Author, and I'm super excited to talk to you about my baby, Banke's Comedy Cabaret, which is a culmination of 4 years of work as a performing artist here in Houston. I have done hundreds of performances, hundreds of open mics, and the music and the comedy and the poetry scene, and that's where we're pulling a lot of our cast members from.
Our cast, our ensemble, we have a violinist, comedian, dancer, poet, comic, actor extraordinaire, director, content creator, stand-up comedian. We have dancer, extravaganza, singer, comic, and we have our newest addition.
I met Banke in about 4 years ago. My husband and I have the longest running open mic here in the city of Houston, and Banke came to us to do old comedy.
Oh, I've known Banke for maybe about 4 or 5 years. And we met through the creative community in Houston. We actually went to go see a movie together, and then she'll tell you she stalked me, but we became friends. She's been doing comedy, poetry, all of these kind of creative expressions ever since I've known her.
I saw her perform one night and I could hear myself. I could see my own attitude, my own drive. And I saw that in another person and was like, you know what? I think I want to work with this woman. Whatever it is she has going on, I feel convicted to support her and to back her up.
And as I was performing, I often was in male-dominated spaces, right? And a lot of those platforms, I really developed my craft there, so I'm extremely grateful. But I also had to deal with the bleep that comes along with being a woman performing in a male-dominated space. You know, you either have to placate people's ego, or you allow for certain flirting just so you can get stage time. And so this whole time, as I've been performing and meeting other artists, mainly Black women, I've been thinking about the platform that I wanted to create. And the show itself is more than a show. It's truly a platform, a place where, again, our cast is very diverse, but a place where Black women in particular can shine. There's nobody worried about you showboating or one-upping them, because the better they do, the better it is for the show. My goal is for everybody to get better.
Banke has chosen like-minded individuals and brought them all together. Creative spirits, creative minds, lots of energy. I think the opportunities are endless. And it's because it's not only her idea. She's open for ideas from every cast member. So this is kind of like a family where everyone has something to bring. There's value from each person that comes into this room, and we frankly take things away. Myself, it allowed me to tap into my creativity more.
You have the boss lady, who is one half of Behind the Comic, and they run the longest running comedy open mic in the city of Houston. She's a wife, she's a grandmother, a mother, and this show allows her to re-tap into her femininity, to put all of those titles and work aside and just be free on stage, to dance and show her sexuality.
And I was quite surprised when she asked me to be a part of it. Reason being is because I'm one of the elders of Houston Comedy, 50 years old. So this was a very young, vibrant, sexy crowd. And when she asked me to be a part of it, I was thoroughly surprised, but I was completely all in.
And so the performers that I work with are like me, that they're multi-talented. You have somebody like the voice of the Black Sheep, where she's an original and her style is not typical, and that's why I love her.
Hi, this is the voice of the Black Sheep, and I am a cast member of Banke's Comedy and Cabaret. As an artist, I've grown tremendously. I've learned how to work with creatives on a different level. I learned how to get out the box with what I do. You know, not only am I a poet and a comedian, I'm an actor, I'm a dancer, I'm a team member. I'm everything. So what I love about it is that it pushes you to be better. It pushes you to be great.
We have James Trotter, who is, like me, a poet and comic, and I've seen him in different places, and it's like he never gets to come completely out of the box, but with our show, he does.
Hi, my name is James Hirschberger. I'm a writer, comedian, musician, actor, performance poet, high school teacher, and cast member of Banke's comedy Cabaret. I really enjoy this project. It's definitely one of my favorite that I've been a part of since I've been living in Houston, because it takes so many different types of creative expression and puts them together into one cohesive show. And that's a compliment we get a lot from our audiences, is that we take things that you would maybe see in 10 different places, 10 different parts of the city, and bring it all onto one stage so that we can have this really wonderful experience. For me, it definitely has pushed me as a creative and taken me to new places within myself.
And we have Fallon, who is our dancer and stage manager. I met Fallon at a poetry open mic, and she was literally hyperventilating. So I just went over and talked with her, and then to see her now on stage, to see her progress, to see her step into her leadership, like she's the glue that keeps us all together.
Banke's Comedy Cabaret is a healing element for me. Just my own personal history and trying to reconnect with the world, having dealt with severe anxiety and depression, in addition to an identity crisis that completely knocked me out of my own life. And so as a performer on stage and a stage manager, what makes it special to me is that community that she's created, the community of artists. I think in each of us, a different part of Houston is represented. In every single one of us, when we get on a stage, it's like we're there for something. We're backing something up. And yeah, it's just a lot of love, that community.
An integral part of the downtown community. If you go to Heike and Palak, where the Banke's Comedy Cabaret is held, my picture is on the door. If you go to Dean's, where the Third Tuesday Comedy Party is held, my picture is on the door. People call me the queen of downtown because I'm always there. I'm always meeting people and connecting the dots. Like, I want every tourist, I want every transplant, I want everybody to truly experience the best in Houston artistry and hospitality.
One of the things for me that I enjoy is that we're based in downtown Houston, so that way we're really at the center of the city, and we can share our creativity and share our art with people from all different sides of the city, all different kinds of people, and that we carry on the rich tradition of Houston. Actually, our venue is right next to the oldest building in Houston, so I feel like this show, especially given how special it is and how selfless it is, that it's really for the people, and it's designed with the audience in mind.
It brings people together. Even if someone is just walking in off the street, they walk into the show and all of the cast members are super engaged. They're super welcoming, and it just is something a little different from what people are used to downtown. What do I get out of performing downtown? It gives me an opportunity to come downtown from the burbs and just get a different energy. Anytime I come for the show, I always see another spot that I'm like, yeah, I gotta come back to that. Or I hear about another show that I'm like, I gotta come back to that. The people that are hanging out downtown typically know more of what's going on than I do, so it just allows me to be in that space.
It being downtown, it gives downtown, I think, a different type of culture. What I mean like culture is like the diversity of entertainment. I think we're the only cabaret downtown running, and that's pretty dope.
downtown holds a special place in my heart because I don't own a car. So as somebody whose main form of transportation is the metro, or as I call it, the limo, because I'm a star. But since I'm always on the metro, oftentimes I have to go through downtown to get to different performances and different events. And so I center everything I do downtown, knowing that it's pretty much accessible to all Hostonians, even those who live in the outskirts. The park and ride will at least bring you downtown. And being downtown and then expanding to Banke's Comedy Cabaret and a bigger venue, all these venues being bars and nightclubs, it's allowed me to form relationships with people. I recently had a death in the family. My brother was murdered in September, and being here without family was extremely hard. So it really re-solidified my bonds with the downtown and art community. So this is where it gets exciting. Let me just go up to strangers and bombard them with art. It's your girl, Banke the Author, aka the Queen of Downtown, and I am so excited, y'all. I'm like damn near foaming at the mouth because this month's Comedy Cabaret, we going to a whole nother level. Greetings, it's your girl, Banke the Author, aka the Queen of Downtown. May 19th, the next Comedy Cabaret is So we need the funding because right now the Comedy Cabaret is held in a nightclub and it's very nice and the stage is beautiful, but it's still a club with a bar right there. So that can be disruptive, right, as we're performing. And when you're in a theater, it just elevates the experience. Like the caliber of this show needs a theater, needs that stadium style seating, needs that singular focal point. And for the most part, our cast, when ticket sales allow, I pay them. Sometimes we end up giving out a lot of tickets just to make sure the space is filled as we're a new show, right? So the funding will allow me to pay the cast members what they deserve. Being an artist is a real job we're creating real experiences that allow people to unburden themselves. I have somebody who comes to one of my monthly shows, and she's recently widowed. And every time I look out at her and she's smiling, it reminds me that this work is not frivolous. It really does matter. So the funding will allow us to get in the theater. It will allow us to pay the cast members what they deserve. And it will allow for digital promotion that will take this grassroots movement we have to the next level. Houston Arts Alliance, thank you for all that you do to support the arts, and thank you for cutting that $10,000 check. Cha-ching!